I've had the privilege of working with many amazing people in ministry, but one of the most memorable for me was a lady named Carolyn. In more than 15 years of interacting with her in ministry, I cannot recall one instance of harshness or ill temper. She simply was one of the most gracious and steady people I have ever met. And she could talk about Jesus to anyone without it feeling artificial or forced. Even though she was a gifted Bible teacher, I suspect most people would say Carolyn simply loved them into the kingdom. Somehow getting closer to her made you want to get closer to Jesus. And it was not at all axiomatic that Carolyn should have turned out that way. Her life was marked with a series of staggering tragedies. Her young son died in her arms. Her young husband died unexpectedly at work. After raising 3 daughters as a single mother, Carolyn found love again later in life. Her and her husband moved and served as missionaries in Venezuela, but he fell ill and rapidly succumbed to cancer. Carolyn's latter years were plagued with constant bouts of hospitalization due to pneumonia. Her infectious joy was wonderful, but it seemed extraordinary, even counterintuitive, when you heard about her great suffering. Not all Christians are so beautifully formed through pain. I asked Carolyn about the absence of bitterness in her life, and besides giving glory to Jesus, she told me an amazing story. When her first husband passed away, several Christian families banded together and completely assumed her home mortgage. She had many struggles as a widow mother, but she never had to worry about housing. She said God's love was so real and proven in their actions that it totally influenced her response to suffering. And Carolyn repaid that loan, not monetarily, but with her life as she poured into others what she had received. Her story is a living example of the truth expressed in 1 John 4:12. No one has ever seen God, but if we love each other, God lives in us, and his love is brought to full expression among us.